Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Industrial Faith. Welcome to episode 21 of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. Right now we're looking at the rocket, because, well, we need to start getting the materials up for the rocket. Now that I have enough copper coming into the system, I should have plenty of... I shouldn't have any more issues with lapses in materials or anything like that. I'm pretty much good to go. So, I'm going to rebalance my steel, because for some reason it does that thing. I have no idea what that is. I've got nothing. And at some point I'm also going to notice that the green circuits are the same way. My other thing is right now I have to, and the red circuits do, just kind of get everything set up. Because you need these odd things. You need like rocket controls and ultralight materials and rocket fuel. Yeah, it's those three things. And then you have to put a satellite in the machine, and that's a lot of fun. So I'm looking at the pieces. What do I need for all this stuff? And just trying to find everything I need. And surprisingly, I need to build very little. There's very, very little I have to build in order to get this thing going. I believe I need to... Steel's the biggest part. Is it green circuits? It'd have to be green circuits. It's the biggest part then. There you go. Ultralight materials. Ultralight. So I'm going to do the over-under thing here. And... Oh, that's right. It's copper and plastic, and then steel. I need like 20 a pop, but I need like 5. But you need, I think, 5 copper and plastic, and that's it. So, and I'm building it because I'm kind of setting it up that I might be able to expand later. So, now the funny part is, for a build like this, you really only need one steel inserter, because at the beginning you're going, oh, I need 2 steel inserters, holy cow, but you don't, because it'll eventually get, the inserters work fast enough that they'll pull 20 steel in eventually. So just me being kind of impatient for the first one. So I'm actually going to create a little bridge, a little earthen causeway here, so that this stuff can all run across and I don't have to do anything funny. Wow, that night vision's just kind of crazy looking. So, and I ran around because I forgot, for some reason I thought you can't run on the So I'm fly. I don't understand what's going on. Then I realized I haven't powered that inserter. There we go. Now things are going to work just fine. So. I did that for a very silly reason, by the way, but it's because I'm going to... the second part, the rocket control units, I can build right there. Everything's already set up, because it just needs speed modules 1, and that's all I need. And so everything you need to build speed module 1s is right there, and you just attach another, and you need the red and the green, I think, and that's it. It's kind of amazing that just comes together like that. And then I realized, oh, I need it 2 wide. And there we go. Now I do this because I don't know how much they can store their stacks and whatnot. Hold on. Ooh, crazy there. Building this rocket's a fun challenge. And I've realized that it's very easy to move liquids around with the pipes, because there's you don't have to run a piece of pipe. If you do a lot of underground pipes, you're going to save yourself a lot of, well, maybe not a lot of materials. I'm sure it all comes out in the end. But the third part I need is rocket fuel. So I need to get rocket fuel up to that thing. And at the same time, that'll also be the parts that let me build the satellite. So at this point, I'm sort of wondering if I can build another. Well, at the point, I was wondering if I could build another rocket control unit, but I then realized I was going to need more what do you call it? Ultralight materials. So I actually have to. I'm actually going to put that into gear, get that rolling. And there we go. Now I've increased my production by 50%. So here I'm looking at running lubricant. Oh no, that's right, rocket fuel. So I need to run the light oil, sweet light oil. So I've turned all those off so that way they can use up the light oil that's in their inventory. So at this point, I'm just going to let it run the way it is. It'll actually run out of this really quickly. Now what I should have done is I should have disconnected the pipe and just let those things run to use up the oil, but I didn't really care. So that's when I kind of go, ugh. So I run the pipe in a different manner. I avoid the lube, much to her chagrin. Anyways. And I try to make it match up, because, you know what? Symmetry is a gorgeous thing. Goodbye, tree. And here I kind of go, alright, whatever. Now, the whole point with this is I want to make rocket fuel right next to the rocket. You know, obviously. And it's really nice that it just requires solid fuel. I mean, this is a very simple and easy build. It's ridiculously easy. I just did that because I didn't like where it was. I didn't like the fact that it overlapped the pipe. It's a goofy thing. I fully admit. I'm kind of a weirdo sometimes when it comes to this. Here's our rocket fuel out. A little power. And there we go. And I'm just gonna, there we go, that's all we need. Boom. We have rocket fuel. Now we just have to wait for it to fill up. And it's actually pretty quick. I believe it takes, oh, that's right. Now I have that. That's right. I'm putting all those in there. Hand delivery. It's like the old days. So I'm going to fill that thing up with the rocket fuel. And I'm going to take 5 for myself because I need it for the satellite. That pitter-patter noise is kind of hilarious. Prrr. And all I'm doing is moving stuff around. Now we've got rocket fuel flowing to the rocket, which is fantastic. Everything's running just dandy. And this is when I go, I don't think I need 3. And again, looking at the base attacks. So much in the same way I built the rocket, I'm just grabbing all the stuff I need for the satellite, which goes in the rocket. You can launch a rocket. If there's no satellite in it, you don't finish the game. That's the win condition. So right now we are in super end game. There's the factory has done what it needs to do. It has built the science we need. And now I'm just grabbing the last of the rocket fuel and clearing up the mess. And that's the rocket fuel I need. Now I'm going to swap it for an iron chest, because as much as hilarious as it is to put the satellite in a wooden box, makes me feel old-fashioned. Alright, so I'm looking at the train, kind of looking at my outpost, seeing what's going on. Oh, gonna run some concrete. Prepare your ears, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's gonna like this, I assure you. So, obviously it rests at home for less time than it needs. Choo-choo! So, 3 cars, fantastic. I'll run over there, hop in the other guy. It's not loading fast enough for my taste. But, I mean, realistically, there's only so much you can do. And here we go. Oh, God. That's just so I can run faster. That's all it is. It's not... I mean, it looks nice. It looks really nice. But at the same time, I can run faster between stations. Oh. Oh. Oh, miserable. Miserable. Now I'm checking to make sure I've done everything. I was actually surprised I had, and I said, oh, let's make a nice little path through here. And then I run all the way back home. Oof. That train. Now I'm going to make a path across the north side of the island. Yeah. Because, because I want to. And I'm going to make one up to the rocket because it looks nice. You know, aesthetics. Ooh, what a noise, right? There we go. Getting the pieces. Counting the pieces, not enough. Yet. I just figured I'd run a lap. Really. And I was going to create... Nah, we won't. And it's building. The rocket is building. It takes forever. Now I'm also looking... I can put productivity modules in there. Speed modules, excuse me. So I'm going to make... So I'm looking at what I need for speed modules, because I'm going to put level 3s in there, which are the top ones. And it takes alien artifacts. I also think I'm going to build myself an additional exoskeleton so I can run even faster, if I recall. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Getting steel. So I'm going to wait. There we go. Get that. And there we go. Plug it in. Ooh, look at that. Oh, Carl Lewis wishes he was that fast. Amazing. So I'm just checking how much copper I have in there, and it's being used. I mean, but look at it, everything is full, everything's delightful. Steel, of course, is kind of in short supply, but that's how things go. That just means it's being used, and that's fabulous because it's supposed to be used. And we want it to be used. So we see there's still a little drain on the accumulators. And I'm going to put some more in, because, you know, why not? Because right now I'm really just waiting for the... I'm just waiting for the rock to build. I mean, that's it. We're sitting there waiting for the game to end right now, which is silly, but that's what it is. So I'm trying to space these because eventually I'm going to want to run between them. Eventually. Out of landfill. I'm like, let's space it with 2 because that seems nicer. And it does fit very well there. Got my pieces for the rocket and pulling all the junk out of my inventory. And then I started laughing because I pulled the, there you go. Done. And now it won't let me, I can't put it in. So I'm like, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping this up. Thank you for joining me for the latest episode of Factorio 4X, your 15-minute Factorio fix. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a good night, and bye-bye.